It's so good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I love this book. I had no idea. I mean, I knew that you'd played tennis when you were good, when you were little and you were really good, but I had no idea of all the battles you had to fight, you know, as a woman.
Yeah.
Because it was a pretty male-dominated scene at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think, you know, when the boys were little, I started out as a volunteer coach at Dunblane Tennis Club, really to get out of the house, to get a bit of fresh air and a bit of, you know, activity. And there were no coaches around at that time. So I actually started to play with some of the older kids at the club, and it kind of snowballed from there. So in effect, I had to firstly learn to coach, and then obviously took some qualifications, upgraded them again, and kind of had to learn everything as I went along, and very aware that there was nobody to follow. There was no track record of success in tennis in Scotland. There was nobody to ask. There was no manual to read. And so, you know, many years later, having gone on that whole journey through club to county to national to international, and ending up working on both the women's side and the men's side at the top of the game, there's an opportunity to tell the story and share everything I had to learn and experience through my book, in the hope that it might help others who are in a similar situation.
An absolute trailblazer. I love as well what you say is that you did a lot on a little with the boys. I mean, when they were teeny tiny, just to keep them, because you're two boisterous boys in the house, just to keep them going and to keep them active and to get them interested in sport.
Yeah, I mean, I love sport. I come from a very sporty family, so it was second nature to me to want to play actively with my kids from as soon as they could walk. So I kind of did everything with them, and they, as a result, they developed very good hand-eye and foot-eye coordination skills, which are kind of those skills that underpin any sports. It wouldn't really have mattered which sports they'd wanted to try. They'd have been able to do them pretty well because of that, and it's why I'm such a big believer in investing in parents and trying to support and help parents to understand how they can actually help their kids quite easily to develop those skills.
And it's not like you were there, you know, saying, right, you must do this, you must do that. They were playing games, they were having fun.
You're absolutely right. That's one of the biggest things I learned from my kids, was that kids don't want to listen to you. They don't want to be taught by you. They want to play. So if you can invent the games that will do the teaching for you, then it's happy days. This will make you laugh. In 2013, when Andy won Wimbledon, the following day, Jamie came round to the house, and within 20 seconds of them being in the house, they were outside playing table tennis on the patio. And 5 minutes later, Jamie came in, threw the table tennis bat on the sofa and said, "I'm never playing table tennis with you again, Andy." Andy follows him in and goes, "Oh, come on, Jamie, I'll play you with my left hand." And it was like, you know, it's like being back to the living room when they were tiny. Yeah.
Because it must be so precious when they're both home together, because they're always away around the world.
It doesn't happen very often.
It's quite, it must be a joy when they're both there together.
Yeah.
You know, both of you. I know how passionate you are about trying to make sure that tennis is not just perceived as something for the elite, it's for everybody. And of course, we're right, Wimbledon is just in a couple of weeks. That's when everybody gets obsessed by tennis. And you're very good at sort of picking up on that and making sure that we make the most of it.
Yeah, a huge believer. And I mean, Wimbledon presents a huge opportunity because everybody knows it's on.
Sure.
It is the time of year where, for the fortnight of Wimbledon, and usually maybe about 2 to 3 weeks after it, you'll find public courts flooded.
Sure.
But you need to be able to retain that interest. And that all comes, I think, with having public facilities, school facilities that are affordable, that they're accessible to as many people as possible. Because if you get enthused by it and you get the bug, you want somewhere to play, but you want someone there at that facility who can help you to improve, to drive activity. And that needs to be free or very cheap as well. Otherwise, you're going to find something else to do. And it needs to be fun. Fun is the key.
Fun is absolutely the key, and that's the thing about you, because for years everybody thought you were Mrs. Frosty Pants, and you're not, because we saw you in Strictly Come Dancing. You're a delightful woman, you've got a fantastic sense of humour, and you've even got a tattoo, I believe.
I did.
Good for you.
I just thought, why not?
Why not, indeed? I don't think you can show us it, though.
No, I don't think anybody can really see it. I can't see it, it's on my back.
But what is it? What is your tattoo?
It's a spider, and I did it, I think, it was when I finished the book. I finished the book off with a little epilogue that has, you know, the story of Robert the Bruce, very famous Scot. Robert the Bruce locked up with the spider, and watching this little spider trying to create its web and failing and failing and failing, and eventually she makes it. My spider's a she. And
I love it.
And it's that whole thing of, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And I think that's a lot the story of the book. It didn't let all the hands that went up and the doors that were closed to me and all the obstacles that were put in my way I didn't let them put me off. I found them as challenges and managed to get through them. And I never would have imagined that my kids would end up both as Wimbledon champions and world #1s. Never in a month of Sundays, because it was all just about what's the next step? How do I help them to get to the next step and the next step? And well, they did fine.
Yeah, they did all right, Judy.
Did okay.
I think you did all right with those boys. I think you should be very proud of them. The book's a cracker. It's Knowing the Score, My Family and Our Tennis Story. And Judy, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a joy to see you. Thank you so, so much.